There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name.
So, Savannah, you said that you knew her and you guys had, you knew her from...
All he ever wanted was justice for what happened to her.
Welcome to our channel, Detective Cops. Don't miss out on our amazing content. Subscribe now to stay updated.
Okay. I'm not signing nothing.
Okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it
you
works.
have. I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
Yes,
All you're
you-
trying to get is some stupid ass confession, and you're not gonna get one.
In 2011, on an otherwise ordinary evening, alarms went off at a local 7-Eleven, alerting the police to an armed robbery. Despite officers arriving swiftly at the scene, the suspect had already disappeared. With few leads, police extended their search and eventually heard suspicious noises coming from a nearby house. Inside, they found Jeff Pearson, a known heroin addict holding a gun. With little evidence beyond his troubled past, police arrested Jeff, labeling him the primary suspect in the robbery. What unfolded in the next 24 hours became one of the most remarkable examples of a suspect outsmarting the police, even while suffering severe heroin withdrawals. The entire interrogation was captured on police cameras, and astonishingly, the footage surfaced on Jeff's own YouTube channel, cementing his reputation in certain circles as a master at outwitting the system. Jeff's initial moments in the interrogation room set the tone for what was to come. Dressed in prison scrubs, handcuffed, and visibly battling withdrawal symptoms, Jeff's first move was to ask if he was under arrest, and on what grounds. Right away, it was clear Jeff understood his rights. He remained calm, asked for legal counsel, and refused to answer any questions, halting the police's efforts. Legally, when someone is arrested in the U.S., officers must recite the Miranda warning, informing the suspect of their right to remain silent and the right to an attorney. However, Jeff didn't wait for this formality. He immediately asserted his rights, leaving the officers scrambling to get anything from him. Despite his confident posture, the detective knew he was in for a long and difficult battle. Jeff's knowledge of his legal rights was razor sharp. He knew that as long as he stayed silent and requested a lawyer, the police could not trap him into a confession.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay?
Despite their attempts to intimidate him, Jeff's composure remained unshaken. This first round of questioning ended with Jeff being returned to his cell, untouched by the officers' pressure tactics. Jeff was brought back for another round of interrogation a couple of hours later. He requested a soda and mentioned the withdrawal symptoms he was enduring. Despite his physical discomfort, he maintained his focus. The detective's attempt to strike a deal with Jeff, offering to help him if he cooperated, was met with skepticism. Jeff recognized this tactic for what it was, a last-ditch effort to coax a confession. The police used several classic interrogation techniques, including the Reed technique, a method designed to coerce suspects into confessing, even when innocent.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we question you. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you?
They tried to bait Jeff by presenting two options. Both implied guilt. But Jeff saw through their game, refusing to fall for any of their tricks. As the hours dragged on, the officers grew increasingly desperate. Their attempts to manipulate Jeff into admitting guilt became more aggressive. They even resorted to threats, claiming they had evidence that could convict him, but Jeff wasn't buying it. He knew they had no case. The detective tried to make Jeff believe cooperating would reduce his sentence, but Jeff saw through the hollow promises. Eventually, after hours of fruitless interrogation, Jeff was released without any charges. His unwavering refusal to speak, combined with his deep understanding of his legal rights, had completely outplayed the police.
Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand?
We're getting paid more than you are, so we can sit here for a long time, man.
I just need you to answer me yes or no. Do you understand your rights? Let's get through that question. Do you understand what I read you? Did you comprehend what I read you?
Remarkably, Jeff later turned his life around, kicking his heroin habit and dedicating his time to helping others avoid the pitfalls of the justice system. He even shared his experiences on YouTube, providing advice on protecting oneself from police interrogation tactics. Jeff's story is a stark reminder of the importance of knowing your rights and staying calm under pressure.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
I am.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
I'm getting back to the cell. I don't talk to you motherfuckers.
Okay, fair enough.
His ability to outwit the detectives, even while enduring severe withdrawal symptoms, turned him into a figure of legend among those who study police interrogation.
You wanted a Coke?
Yeah.
You gonna be able to pop it open, or you need me to?
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone or what?
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Because I'm a fucking junkie and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy.
10 years? 15 years?
I hardly been alive that long. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah,
right?
I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't
not
have
keep
nothing.
up
I
the
don't talk
act.
to the police, man.
Okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how
I know
it
you
works.
have. I know you have,
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a
'Cause-
confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not
nothing.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I say, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find
Hang on.
nothing. What's
Let
up?
me read this.
No.
before- Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it. Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm warning you.
All right. This is what I don't
told you this
understand.
one. I told you
I know,
this
but
one,
this
yeah.
is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed just in the...
Because I told you what, I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I
But-
just tell you what the
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you asked for an
I'm a
attorney.
lawyer.
So, okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why. I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke, put me back in the cell.
We
That's
haven't
my
interviewed
home.
you yet.
Here's what the deal is. I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got to, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name the physical
Well, I don't need
evidence.
to, why should I tell you that? There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Well, why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something. All right? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick. I'm done, man. Fuck this. I'm not even answering. All this shit that I just said is gonna be fucking written in the discovery now, right?
What? You haven't said nothing.
I mean, every little stupid thing that you've asked me, dude, is going to be in the discovery.
I'm not even going to do discovery.
The prosecutor is.
Okay. So, you halfway know the system, how things work, and you halfway don't. Am I right?
I half-ass know
Yeah.
that the only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
Okay.
And I got it. But now I want a Butterfinger.
But that's not going to happen for a while.
What, the Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Why not? I need to go to the hospital. I'm coughing up blood.
Okay.
Let's go to the hospital.
It's a case of a man who, against all odds, beat the system and walked away a free man.
Where is she?
I don't know where she is.
Where is Savannah?
No. Where did you go with her? I know you're not that cruel inside. I'm begging you, Lee. Just tell us.
I don't know where she is.
This is Lee Rodart, a man taken into custody on suspicion of kidnapping and murdering his co-worker, Savannah Gold. The detectives handling the case knew they couldn't afford any mistakes. If they mishandled the interrogation, they risked letting the killer go free, and Savannah would never be found. What made things even more challenging was that Lee had crafted a seemingly foolproof story to ensure she remained missing. However, Lee underestimated the detectives, a critical mistake that would seal his fate. On August 2nd, 2017, Savannah's family received 2 text messages from her phone. The messages claimed she was quitting her job and running away, but the numerous spelling errors raised immediate red flags. Her family panicked and reported her missing right away. The investigation stalled until police received surveillance footage from the parking lot of the Bonefish Grill, where Savannah worked. The video showed Savannah getting into a silver car, shaking violently. The door opened and slammed shut 3 times before the car drove off. That was the last time anyone saw Savannah alive. After piecing together several interviews, investigators identified the car as Lee Rodart's. Lee, a manager at the restaurant and Savannah's boyfriend of about 2 months, was arrested on suspicion of murder. But to throw him off guard, the police told him it was for a minor traffic warrant. As Lee waited in the interrogation room, he believed he was safe, convinced the police had nothing on him.
I'll stay right out here. You can go have a seat for me real quick. I'll be right back, okay?
Yes, sir.
However, that confidence would soon turn to panic. 90 minutes passed before a detective entered the room. To Lee's surprise, it wasn't the officer who had arrested him, but the one who had interviewed him about Savannah just 3 days earlier. Any hope that this arrest was unrelated quickly vanished. The detective's opening question was simple. How long have you known Savannah? A question that should have merited a short response.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Good. You remember me from the other day? Detective Reeves? Okay. This is my partner, Detective Staley.
But Lee's anxiety got the better of him. Rather than give a straightforward answer, he rambled for over 5 minutes, adding unnecessary details about their relationship. This tendency to over-explain is a common sign of someone trying to cover their tracks. The detectives decided to test Lee by calling him out on a minor inconsistency.
So, Savannah, you said that you knew her and you guys had, you knew her from work. I mean, just kind of fill me in with that. How long have you known her?
Like I said, I've known her obviously since she started working there. I would say probably about 8 months ago, we started hanging out outside of work. And at the time, I had a girlfriend, but we kind of connected, me and Savannah. So we hung out a little bit here and there, got pretty close. We come from, I guess, somewhat similar backgrounds, I guess you should say.
In his first interview, Lee claimed he hadn't seen Savannah in a while, but the CCTV footage contradicted this. Without knowing that the police had the footage, Lee unknowingly implicated himself. He knew Savannah. He had the same vehicle seen in the parking lot and was there when she disappeared. But the detectives needed more. They needed a confession.
So we kind of connected, hung out for a little while. I'd probably say a period of 2-3 months.
Okay.
And then she started using drugs a lot. I did them with her a couple times, and then she started to get heavy into them. And
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
so I kind of just tried to take a step back and, you know, put things off. And then probably a month or so ago, I saw Savannah at work, and she looked healthy again. You know, she gained a little bit of weight. We kind of were talking, you know, here and there. We hung out a couple times. She came over to the house, and, you know, we just kicked back, drank a couple beers, watched movies, stuff like that.
Lee then tried to weave a story about Savannah possibly using heroin despite no evidence supporting that claim. Her friends and family never suspected her of drug use, and she was on her way to work when the encounter occurred. His fabricated alibi was riddled with small but significant inaccuracies, revealing more than he realized. For instance, Savannah never left the car, and Lee drove away with her just minutes after she entered.
And then as we hung out, you know, after a couple of times, she brought drugs over. I told her, I was like, you know, you're doing really good. You can't, you know, you shouldn't be doing it again. I think we moved too fast. Split mutual ways.
Mutual. Right. Yeah.
And that was the last time that we text.
Okay.
When was that? Yeah. When was that?
It was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Sometime in July.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things you said was that was the last time that you had contact with her.
Yes.
As far as, I don't want to put words in your mouth, so I mean you correct me.
That was the last time that I texted her.
Yeah, text or a phone call or a messenger or anything like that. 2 to 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. And then the last time, when was the last time you saw her?
This is what I was a bit, I didn't tell you the truth when we talked at Bonefish.
Okay.
Last time I saw her was Wednesday afternoon.
Okay.
I heard that she has been basically telling a lot of people at work that we hooked up a bunch, like a couple days before that.
Yeah.
So I met her in the parking lot at Bonefish.
When was this?
Wednesday afternoon.
Okay. Well, do you know what time or about?
It was about 5:30.
Okay.
Yet, Lee continued to lie, thinking his convoluted story would clear him of suspicion. Lee's biggest mistake was not calling a lawyer. Even if someone is innocent, having an attorney during an interrogation can be crucial. Detectives are allowed to lie, mislead, and withhold evidence. However, with an attorney present, they must disclose their evidence, shifting the interrogation into more of a legal battle. Lee left himself vulnerable to the detective's tactics by waiving this right. The cracks in Lee's story became more apparent as the interrogation continued.
I parked and I said, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And she said, yeah, what's up? And I was like, I heard you've been saying some things about me and you continuing to hang out, and you know that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And she asked me, she said, can I come sit in the car because I just did some heroin and I'm a little paranoid.
His body language betrayed him. His hand and finger movements became jittery whenever he lied. The detectives likely noticed this early on, but chose to let him dig himself deeper. When they eventually confronted him about the inconsistencies, Lee's anxiety skyrocketed.
She came and sat in the car, and I explained to her the situation. I told her that servers at Bonefish were coming to me and telling me that you're telling people when you're out that we're boyfriend and girlfriend. And I said, I need you to stop because, for one, it's jeopardizing my job. We agreed to, split, stop talking mutually and just move on. But it was nothing more than that. And she said, I'm going to do what I want. I didn't tell anybody anything. At that point, I got out and I punctured the hole in the tire. And I said, no, stop. And I said, don't do it again, or next time it's going to be worse. It's going to be your windows. At that point, she had her phone in her hand. She got out of the car and walked towards the main entrance from San Jose.
At this point, the detectives applied more pressure. The initially quiet female detective began to speak up, her demeanor contrasting with the male detective's calm professionalism. Her vulnerability and emotional appeal added another layer of stress for Lee, throwing him off balance. She even started to beg him, further increasing the psychological pressure.
And it looked like she was either texting or calling somebody.
Okay.
Because as she started walking towards there's an entrance to the plaza. She was walking maybe towards this way. Mm-hmm. And I would say an older model Ford pickup, mm-hmm. green,
Okay.
Drove past me and around, and she got in.
Okay.
She
How long
got
do
in.
you think it was between the time that she got out and started using her phone till that green truck pulled up?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Okay. So wow. So if she called somebody, they got there in 5 minutes to pick her up?
Well, I mean, like I said, it looked like she was going to call somebody, and that's when the green truck came around, and she got in.
So she gets in the truck. What happened at that point?
They drove back around, kind of looped around a little bit.
Which way did they drive?
So I guess they exited that way, and at that point, I left.
What happened to your neck?
That was self-inflicted, actually.
Why?
I just have been having kind of a hard time.
To your neck?
I couldn't. Yeah, I did. And
What did you use?
a knife.
When did you do that?
Some time in July.
You did that in July and it's still
Yeah.
bloody?
Well, I kind of peeled the scab here and there at work, hitting it on stuff like that. I peeled it last night working. And it was coming off a little bit today, so I peeled that a little bit.
All right, let me see.
But this was the same night. This one was just a lot worse
Yeah.
than this one was.
Okay. And that was in July?
Yeah.
Okay. Like a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I met her in the parking lot at Bonefish
When's this?
Wednesday afternoon.
What happened to your neck?
That was self-inflicted, actually.
What did you use?
A knife.
Could you see who the person in the truck was?
The truck had fairly tinted windows. I saw a baseball cap.
Yeah. You see a guy, girl, white, black?
I couldn't really tell if it was a guy or a girl.
Okay.
I just remember seeing the truck drive and her get in.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm sitting in front and the truck drives right past me.
Yeah.
And I saw a baseball cap through the passenger window.
Okay.
But
So did it seem like she knew the person?
I mean, she got right in.
Lee, why didn't you mention this before since we've been looking for this girl? I mean, don't you think that information
I mean,
is
it
important?
definitely does. And I regret obviously not saying anything before.
So when I come up and talk to you yesterday, I'm not threatening. I'm talking to everybody up there. What? Why?
Well, I freaked out, to be honest with you. I mean,
This girl's missing?
yes.
Okay. But you know she's been missing. I mean, you had to know.
Obviously, I was the last one to see her, so
Yeah.
I was a little bit scared at that.
How do you
And-
know you just said you weren't the last one to see her. You just said somebody in a truck.
Well, I mean, the last one to see her at Bonefish.
Okay.
The last one she's heard from.
Right.
I had contact with that anybody knows of.
Sure. So where's Savannah right now?
I don't know.
Where would I find her?
I don't know.
That's my prime objective is to find her.
Definitely.
And here's a couple reasons I need to find her. One is I'm hoping that she's still alive. And that's really, I really do, I'm holding out for that. And if she's not alive, then I think she and her family are due that knowledge. I think they need some closure. So where is she?
I don't know where she is.
Where is Savannah?
I don't know.
I need to know where Savannah is so I can
don't
let
know
her family
where
know.
she is.
You don't know because you had something done with her and you weren't involved in that part? I don't know. Tell me something. What can I work with?
I told you the last time I saw her.
But that's not true because we have proof. We have proof. And that's why we're sitting here, Lee. At this point, we need this for her. I mean, I look at that little girl and I think of my little girl. My little girl who's her age. That's who I think about. That was my little girl. I couldn't imagine. I don't care what she said about you or whatever, but my little girl is that age.
Maybe
And you're not telling the truth.
Maybe something gets out of hand in the car.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, you didn't do anything, but she was in your car. She never got out of your car. She never got out of your car, Lee. She never gets out of that car. And you drive off. She never gets out of that car. There is no green truck. And that's not right to her. We're fact finders, Lee. I don't have anything personal against you.
No, not at all. I mean, it's
We're just
over.
fact finders.
tell us
We're
what
just
happened.
doing
Where
our
is she?
job. No. Where did you go with her? Where did you go with her, Lee? Be human. You're a human. You're a man. Where did you go with her? I know you're not that cruel inside.
Maybe you
Please.
maybe you don't know where she is now. Where did you go with her?
Please. I'm begging you, Lee. I know you're not an evil person. I don't see that in you. I don't see that in your history. I don't hear those things about you at work. Is she still at your house?
No.
Okay. Is she still in your car?
No.
Okay. Well, then where is she? What was going on in the back seat? For the doors to be kicked open. She kicked open that door 3 times, Lee. She kicked it. We saw it. And you know I'm not making it up because I wouldn't know this because I wasn't there unless we had video of it, correct? Yes, correct. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm just a fact finder.
I mean, she was upset. She tried to slap me. I slapped her. She went to get out. I grabbed her around her waist and said, "Where are you going? Why are you hitting me?" She calmed down and we left.
Why would she leave with you after that? Why would she?
I mean, we've gotten arguments plenty of times where she says she doesn't care what happens or anything like that.
All right. Sometimes people do wrong things, right? Sometimes people make mistakes. It's what you do afterwards. I got a family that needs closure. They're now coming to the reality that she's no longer with us. Do you want people to remember you as a guy who said, okay, look, I'm going to do the right thing? Or do you want your family and everybody else to think that you're some evil, heartless person who won't tell us where she is? I don't think you're that kind of guy. I don't think you're evil. Just tell us where she is. Closure for her family.
She was hitting me. She wouldn't stop and I squeezed back. I squeezed her hard. Stop.
You squeezed her around her neck or around her neck?
She just wouldn't let go. I didn't let go.
Where is she now?
Please tell us where she is.
All I want to do is leave me. It's a pond on the west side of the Club Du Clay
Club Du Clay?
Yeah.
Okay.
and Longchamp.
Yeah. Okay.
A few days later, divers recovered Savannah Gold's remains. Her body had been burned and was so badly damaged that her cause of death couldn't be determined. Lee eventually pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, and in March 2021, he was sentenced to 40 years in prison. Despite his attempts to outsmart the detectives, Lee's lies and misplaced confidence ultimately led to his downfall.
Soldier to soldier, cop to cop.
Yeah.
Basically, we know you were there.
When you walked over there, what did you first observe?
I stepped over a log and found the remains.
And specifically, when you said remains, what did you see?
Specifically, I found a human skull.
On February 6, 2023, human remains were discovered in a wooded area over 20 miles from Norcross, Georgia. 2 days later, dental records confirmed that the remains belonged to 16-year-old Susana Morales, triggering a series of startling events. The following day, a firearm was found near the site, and ballistics tests later linked the gun to 22-year-old police officer Miles Bryant.
Okay, can I pat you down just to make sure?
What's going on, man?
You're good. It's our policy, man. I know how this road. All right.
Leading to his arrest on February 13, 2023. As the investigation unfolded, several women came forward, accusing Bryant of stalking and breaking into their homes.
And I have your back. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like family. You know what I'm saying? We're all family here.
The officer who was supposed to protect the community was now the prime suspect in a horrifying crime.
I was shocked. I felt like it could have been me because he was the person at my door coming and unscrewing my knob and kicking it down and stuff like that.
This screen grab of a man in military fatigues from October shows the first time Bates says a neighbor's camera recorded him at her door. She says 2 other videos from December show him back there again, covering his face and pulling on the door handle, then again knocking.
On July 26th at approximately 6 p.m., we know that Susana Morales left her home on Santa Ana Drive in Norcross and walked a short distance to the Sterling Glen apartment complex on Indian Trail Road. There, she met with her friend for about 4 hours, and at about 10 o'clock, she began her trek back to her house. We know that between 10 and 10:30 p.m., Susanna had an interaction with an individual and ultimately was not seen or heard from again.
Let's play basketball. Sorry. Nah, you're good, man. We've been all over this complex.
Oh, man. You Dorville?
Yeah.
How long you been with them?
2.5 years now.
You like it?
Yeah. So, yeah, when she first was missing, I was talking to the neighborhood team, stuff like that. I didn't really know anything. I really get to school watching the news, and my girl used to stay here, literally just moved out, and pretty much it. Yeah. Nothing. What are those neighborhood kids saying? I haven't talked to them in a minute, but when she first was missing, it was like they was just with her, and they were joining on each other, some crazy stuff. Yeah. I haven't heard anything actually. Like me and my girl was talking about it, stuff like that. So like it's just weird. They said she was walking home, and then she just.
And that's what we're just out here asking questions and stuff. Like how many calls do you get like being courteous? None of us are courteous. All right. So we just got some questions. We got to run over like some stuff. It seems like you're courtesy here, so you know kind of things what's going on.
Well versed in what's happening in the complex.
So you got some time for us to come up to our headquarters and just talk about what you see on a daily basis and stuff like that.
Yeah. That would be today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now? No. I was actually finna head out.
Where are you going?
I have to go meet my girlfriend and I have to work with her.
Okay.
Will I be out by time work? Or
What time?
4?
Okay. Yeah, it should be. I mean, we like I said, we just got some questions that courtesy officer between you and the leasing office. You guys probably get calls all the day, and we're literally talking to everyone here. So we're just trying to document every. We got no lease, man. We're just trying to document everything. That's all we are.
No problem.
Okay.
You gotta come with y'all? Can I drive there?
We'll drive you, man.
Yeah, we'll take you up there.
Yeah, you don't gotta waste your gas or anything and all that stuff.
Can I drive? County gas, man. Can I call my girlfriend up there later?
We'll call her once we get up there, okay? Right now, we'll just go up there. You got any guns or anything on you right now?
No, I don't.
You don't? No. Okay, can I pat you down just to make sure?
What's going on, man?
You're good. It's our policy, man. We just...
Yeah, I know how this road is. Yeah. Yeah, you know how it is. We don't want to get our balls busted with the GDM and everything.
All right. You can get up front seat, all right, ma'am?
So you said you worked at Forsyth.
Yes.
So how long did you work at Forsyth?
Maybe a year.
Okay. You go to school or anything? Like college?
I thought about it, but I want to get working, so.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
Me?
Police department?
I want to get like a crime suppression team, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
like lead it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It probably goes, not lead us, and then probably goes like CID.
Okay.
Detective.
What kind of CID stuff you want to do?
We just have general CID. I don't know. I know it's not breaking up stuff like that.
City agencies do that.
I want to do like maybe like burglary. For like that. I hate people who steal.
Yeah.
I like these.
Okay. So I know that your gun was stolen. Do you know if it was located or anything yet?
No, I've heard anything.
I haven't run it yet. We probably need to check that, see if it's still. But they would have called you.
Bryant, who had reported his gun stolen the morning after Morales vanished, had requested that no detectives be assigned to investigate the theft, which seemed highly suspicious to Detective William Merkley. Adding to the intrigue, cell phone data placed Bryant near the location where Susanna's remains were found on the night she disappeared.
Did you know her at all, Morales? Nothing? Nothing at all. Never saw her like playing basketball or anything with the other kids?
Never. I didn't recognize her at all. That is crazy.
Had you ever had any personal interactions with the defendant before Susanna disappeared?
Yes.
And can you tell us what those are?
So there was one time, there was multiple times he would drive by and, he'll say hello and everything to everyone. And there was one time we were at the pool and it was me and Kelly. Susanna came after, like towards the end before we left, but we were there at the pool and he came with his backpack and he had, a drink with him and he had little shot cups and he had edibles and stuff, and he asked how old I was, and then when I told him my age, he still wanted to talk to me but didn't talk to me because of my age. So he knew not to drink with me, but he wanted to drink with me before he knew my age, but he still offered the edibles. But then that was the interaction I had with him that night. And before we left, I believe it was the same day, we wanted to order pizza because, it's a hot day outside. Someone wants to eat. We wanted to eat and we was going to order pizza. He offered us to give us a ride to get pizza, but we said no because we're underage, you're grown, so we said no to that. We ordered pizza. We went home about our day. That was the one, I could say face-to-face interaction, full conversation.
Miles.
Yes.
This is where we're at, okay? And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Your phone records are there. You make 2 phone calls 3 hours after she's last seen on camera. And your gun is found right there as well with your phone, where those 2 phone calls are placed. Help me out.
So, I understand where this is coming from.
No, I'm saying, I know you do. Just help me out a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know what you're thinking, but no.
What would you think?
You think that's something to do?
No, I said, what would you think?
Oh, no, I get that part, but now my heart's beating. It's like, whoa, I get that. That's almost like, hey, stuff like that. But no, I never been like that, I would never do something like that. I was actually on the phone with her, her and my side chick, like that. And I'm talking to them about stuff. That's it.
What's your side chick's name?
Avion.
Avion, that's the one that lives.
Austell area.
You getting chased around by your girlfriend and then call your side chick to decompress.
Yeah. And then I talk to my girlfriend and we end up meeting and stuff like that.
So the phone records put you literally right there, and it's not your personal phone. You call her on your work phone.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
I think my personal phone was dead.
Okay.
But I have both their numbers. I just need to calm down.
It shows you in the woods.
In the woods? I never left my show. I don't think I was in the woods. My DNA or whatever.
We've done that. Soldier to soldier, cop to cop.
Yeah.
I told you I've looked into Susanna.
Yeah.
I know what kind of friend she had. I know what she did, and I know how she was. Basically, we know you were there, but we need to figure out why and what happened. I don't think you're a bad guy. I don't. You weren't brought up here in handcuffs or anything.
Yeah, no.
So, and I have your back. That's what I'm saying. You're like family. You know what I'm saying? We're all family here. I gotta figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Because there's no arguing if you were there, if you weren't, we know you were.
Right.
So we have to, I know that it was more than you were talking to your girlfriend, there was movement around there, so that's what we have to cover right now, okay? Tell me what happened, please.
I don't know. I literally was with my girlfriend, on the phone with my girlfriend, and that's it.
Bryant's ex-girlfriend, Avion Smyer, contradicted his version of events and noted suspicious scratches on his truck. Meanwhile, Dr. Carol Terry's autopsy report provided inconclusive evidence regarding assault, leaving many questions unanswered about the motive behind Bryant's actions.
In this case, I called the cause of death undetermined due to decomposition with skeletonization. I believe if I had had the intact body, I could have come up with a specific cause of death, but I'm limited based on what I have. The body is too decomposed. All I have is a skeleton. Because the circumstances, again, young female, this isolated area where it's far removed from where she was last known to be alive, and no personal effects, no clothing. As a medical examiner with 30 years of experience, if I were to see an intact individual at this type of a scene, first thing I'm going to think of is some type of homicidal violence, specifically some type of asphyxial type component, strangulation, suffocation, chest compression, things of that nature. Because if you have a nude individual, nude or partially nude, that better be, as a medical examiner, that better be one of the first things you're thinking about.
Detective Angela Carter's findings from Bryant's search history also pointed to troubling behavior. As evidence against Bryant mounted, a shocking twist emerged. Fellow inmate Michael Jones testified about a brief conversation with Bryant in prison, adding another layer to the case.
I found photographs of him looking at the media coverage of Susanna that had the pictures attached to them.
All right, now 396. What are we looking for here?
How are you ID by dental records?
And when did this search occur?
February 9th, 2023 at 4:04 a.m. UTC time, which would be February 8th, 2023 at 11:04 p.m.
All right. How long after the defendant searched for the camera footage from the Georgia Department of Transportation, and I'll try to put them both on the screen here, did he search for how was somebody identified by dental records?
A little over 10 minutes later.
And then lastly, it says record number 404. What is that search?
Gwinnett County teen found.
Okay, and what conversation did you have with him about some of the details of what was contained in the discovery?
After a few days, after he read it, looked over it, he come back out and he said, "Well, I don't think I'm not gonna get charged for this. They ain't got nothing against me. There's no. It says right here, plain. He says it says right here, plain. There's no blood, no semen, no nothing. They can't. They ain't got nothing against me."
I'm getting frustrated because I feel like you think I'm lying to you.
No, I believe. Really.
Because maybe I am wrong about you. Maybe I'm wrong. You also tried to get into a girl's apartment off Annistown. You didn't? Oh, your phone was just casually there too?
No, they had a whole investigation about that. I was there, but I didn't try to break in her apartment. She lied.
So what was you trying to do?
I was talking to her. Like we was free. Like
You didn't try to open her door?
Me and my sergeant.
You didn't answer my question. You didn't try to open her door?
Yes.
Okay, I know. Why was you hiding your head?
It was raining.
Oh, it was raining. Where was your PC?
Mm-hmm.
You was wearing a gray jacket.
Yeah,
that was a violation of 6.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Because you didn't want anyone to see your hat because it has your name on the back of your head. Okay?
No, I didn't have a PC on, I swear.
I know, exactly. Yeah. Because you didn't want people to see your name.
No.
Yes.
She knew exactly where I was. She knew where I was.
She didn't want you there.
She didn't ever tell me that. She never told me that.
Did she invite you over?
No.
You didn't. So you just show up to this girl's apartment and try to break in. That's how it looks, right?
Yeah.
So casually, you're just the victim in all this. You just casually be in all these like victim situations where you're just casually in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what you're telling me.
No, my sergeant did a whole investigation.
Miles, you gotta just take a minute, take a breath. You gotta stop.
Put me as a suspect in this.
It's okay. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. We need your help. We want to give this family closure.
I understand that.
Your gun's there. Your phone puts you in the woods. What can we give this family?
You're not a bad person, Miles. This is not just an effect on you, this is an effect on all officers everywhere.
I know, I'm not, it's not me. It's not me.
If you were me, what would you do?
I understand it, I don't know.
Tell me, what would you do? Tell me.
Investigate some more stuff like that, I don't know.
Like what?
I know you did your thing, you did your due diligence. It's not, nothing to do with that part. You can ask my girlfriend, nobody was with me. When she was with me, even before all that nobody was with me.
How do you explain your truck being parked in front of Susanna's house a month after she went missing?
What you mean?
So do you guys use Vigilant? You know what Vigilant is?
Mm-hmm.
So it compiles, you got LPR cars?
Yeah.
So it takes every LPR car, and it takes all the LPR cars from like the repo people,
mm-hmm.
and it puts it into Vigilant, and we can research that.
Mm-hmm.
So doing our due diligence, your truck is sitting outside Susanna's house.
Where does she live? I sit outside her house. Where does she live? Can you show me my truck? I can't.
Yep, sure can. No, I can't. It's dead. Pretty sure I took a picture of it though.
Like just sitting there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where she lives. God.
It's not a question about if it's you or not, because we already know that.
No.
But listen, it's a question about what happened, okay?
Sitting there. It's not.
It's a question about if you are a cold-blooded killer or if you made a mistake. That's literally where we're at right now.
Because you know you killed her that night.
No.
Yes, the evidence is yes.
No, I did not kill her, and it wasn't nothing.
So then did you dump her body there?
No.
Did somebody else kill her?
I don't know. It had to. It wasn't me.
Well, you have some sort of part in it. There's no other way you could have all this on this incident. There's no other way unless you have a part in it.
I have no part in it.
It's impossible.
It's a bold-faced lie.
It's impossible. So you're telling me right here, you think that a jury is going to believe you when your gun is there, your phone is there, your truck is in front of a house a month later, 3 days after the incident, you're calling her sister to find out what they know? Do you think a jury's going to believe that?
No.
Especially the jury now.
Yeah.
Juries hate cops.
Yeah. The truck incident, was it moving? I don't remember ever stopping and looking at somebody's house.
It was stopped.
Can't be.
You know, it's probably the same thing where, you know, you found the sign of the missing person and you just randomly call her sister to find out what she knows or what she can tell you, and now you just randomly went out and parked in front of her house to see if maybe you could be the superstar who finds her walking down the street and return her home?
No, none of that. No.
Well, then what connection do you have with her address?
Nothing. If it's a neighborhood, I drove around the entire neighborhood. It's not.
Why?
What you mean?
Why would you drive around her neighborhood?
I drive around. I told them I drive around everywhere, but not for her. I was having just sitting in front of her address.
So here's the thing. Here's the way those LPRs work.
Yeah.
Because it's not from a police car. Police cars, those run all the time.
Right.
The repo people don't turn them on the street. They're going through parking lots, apartment complexes, neighborhoods. They're looking for repo cars. That's where we get most of our data. So you were parked.
I couldn't be parked.
You said it yourself earlier, the data doesn't lie. The data doesn't lie that your phone's there. The data doesn't lie that your gun is there, where her body's found. The data doesn't lie your truck is sitting outside of her house. And the DNA sure ain't gonna lie, because that lasts forever.
Yeah. It can't, I could not be, that's the one that's frustrating me. Outside her house, sitting there, it couldn't be.
That flusters you? That's what's frustrating you?
No, I'm just saying that's the part.
Or is that one of the many things that are a coincidence that night?
Is that what you think you weren't gonna get caught on?
No. What? Call him. They think I got nothing to do with this.
Sorry, man. It's not enough. Do you have anything else that we can do to help you?
I don't know, man.
So you've been, basically you're telling us you've been framed.
No, it's like framed though.
Okay, so
set this up, you know?
How do we? I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
I don't know. I don't know. I cannot lie. I don't know.
So you want us to just move forward with the evidence we have? That puts you in jail today.
I don't know. I have nothing.
You can explain what really happened. If that's what you have. That's what, for some reason, you're holding on to that, and I don't know why.
I don't know. I have no part of that part.
So, when we interview a suspect in a case, and I don't know, you've been a police officer, what, 2 years?
Just it.
Okay, you just done patrol, just routine contacts with people, so you never actually really interviewed someone. So we read body language, big time. And the body language we're reading from you is that you're 100% guilty, because the stuff you're giving us is just not telling us that you're not guilty.
I understand it. No, I'm not guilty.
You know, I was hoping.
I'm not nervous. I'm fucking.
It has nothing to do with being nervous. Nothing to do. Most of the time, it's, oh, thank God, that ain't me. No, that's not what it was. Not with you. It's totally different. That's why you're still here. Because we were hoping to come in here today and you were going to give us a good reason on why it's not you. And unfortunately, it's gone the other way for you. You just got to man up. You're a military man. You're a police officer. We don't know why you did this to this girl.
I did it. I will not say that.
You said
the only thing now you can do is, explain what happened and maybe show some remorse.
I did not do. I feel bad. That nothing should happen to somebody, but I didn't do that.
Sorry, I don't believe you. I'm just being honest with you. In our jobs, we talk to people, you know, you get a feel for a person, but you haven't dispelled any of the evidence against you. You know, her body was found, you know, with no clothing. Granted, we know she decomposed, but I don't know if you know how when animals attack, you know, dead people, they don't eat the clothing. So her clothes should have been there. So her clothes were not there. So that means she was naked when she was dumped. Now it just looks like a violent murder. And unless we can tell the jury otherwise on what happened, that's what it's going to go to court as.
I'm not trying to get charged with this.
I mean, you were in the woods, literally over her dead body. How do you not see that?
Your gun was right there, dude.
I was out there with her bones and with your gun. Literally just looking, wow, look at that.
We
look at that,
consider
so
ourselves
close.
good detectives, but a lot of times we don't. A lot of times we don't find the gun.
Yeah, I can't.
But when the gun is sitting right there, it's just right there.
You want to see a picture again? I took a picture where it's sitting in the woods. There it is. Not buried, not thrown, not hidden. Just sitting there with natural pine straw falling on top like you mistakenly dropped it.
You know, and even as we looked into my car got broken into. You know, when people go grabbing door handles because you left your truck unlocked, right?
Yeah.
What do? They grab hundreds of door handles. Guess how many entering autos happened that night?
No.
Just yours. 0.
So you said yourself earlier, your complex gets hit all the time.
Yeah.
Multiple people. How is it just convenient for you that your truck is the only one that gets broken into in the back of the complex? We're not stopping at any other building along the way. They're going straight to Miles's truck, and that's it.
Understand?
Because that was a false report of a crime.
It was not.
Because you dropped your gun in the woods.
No, I didn't.
I think you were using your weapon light as a flashlight to figure out where you're going to dump her.
No. I have plenty of flashlights. I don't know. I wouldn't even do that.
So yeah, you know, what else are we gonna do?
I'm not trying to go to jail for this. I did not have nothing to do with it. I know how it looks, stuff like that, but that's not me. I would not do that to somebody. That's wrong. I have morals.
Clearly not.
I have morals.
No,
so we got you, and you're 22, you're trying to open a lady's door. I mean, is this all a guy with morals and all coincidence?
Yeah, the other situation, that's my friend. Like, before that date, we had we
talked to her on the phone. She is not your friend.
Yeah, now she's not. I don't know why all of a sudden, I don't know if she got in trouble with her boyfriend or not.
Everybody's just out to get Miles. Everybody's just out to get Miles.
Even she told my sergeant that we haven't talked in forever, but my sergeant verified that we have. Are we going to jail today?
What do you think? If you had the evidence we had, what would you do?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't.
No, I know you keep saying I understand. If you had the facts that we have, what would you do?
You would think it was me, but I guess I can tell you it's not.
So we're sitting here, and I came back in here, and I don't normally do this. I'm a supervisor. Right. I don't get involved in interviews. But unfortunately, I need something to say you're not involved in this, and you can't provide anything. That's impossible unless you did it.
No.
I know you keep saying no. You can stop saying no. Okay. Provide me with a reason why it's not you.
I wouldn't do. I don't know. I wouldn't do anything like that. That night.
Do you know how many people we're bringing here that charged with this that said they wouldn't do that? Which, when we found your gun, we're like, oh man, somebody stole this guy's gun and did this. But then the first thing we see are these 2 other reports. And then your phone's there. And then it just got worse. And then you're sitting out front of her house. And then you're calling her sister from Star 6.
It's like the snowball just started. Got bigger and bigger, just rolling down the hill.
There's been nothing to say it's not you.
No, talk to my girlfriend.
Why was your gun being stolen of so little importance to you?
I have a lot of guns.
So
So I went to report it.
So Mr. Cop over here, I have a lot of guns, so I don't care if that one's stolen in Gwinnett.
Let me finish.
And we don't care if that gun's used to kill a cop over here in Gwinnett.
I do. Obviously, I care. You didn't let me finish.
You didn't care. You told us you didn't even want a detective.
Let me finish.
You didn't even want a detective assigned to your case. You told the officer, you don't even have to investigate this. Because if we investigate it, we're going to find it, and it's going to be near a dead body that you killed.
No.
You can say no, I don't hear that word from you no more. You just keep going on and on and on. And the stuff you're saying, I don't respect you as a cop, okay? I don't respect you as a person anymore.
There were multiple indications that this individual presented a danger. There was a previous allegation of stalking. Take responsibility for their role in this tragic incident and take measures to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Increased hiring, screening procedures, adequate training.
While he was on duty and in uniform, asked her to utilize her cell phone because he needed to log into his bank. And instead of doing so, he accessed her videos and sent himself videos of conducting activity on her phone. Is a danger to women in this community. He is has not upheld the oath that he took to protect and serve both the citizens of Doraville and the state of Georgia.
Something was happening to you. We're doing a rape or a missing person, then we find your body out there in the woods. Then what? Because I know you're probably strong and you're smart and say no to strangers and stuff like that. But nowadays people don't care. People are my size, big, and just come snatch you up. You can scream, you can shout all you want. They're gonna throw you in the back of the van and go take you, and your parents will never see you again.
This badge is supposed to stand for something. It's supposed to stand for the obligation somebody takes to serve and to protect their community. Every officer takes that sworn statement. It's on the side of police cars. They are to serve and to protect. That flag, the United States flag, means something. When somebody in the National Guard takes an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States and the laws of our country and the laws of the state of Georgia, it means something. But to the defendant, it meant nothing. He took those oaths, and as you've seen through the trial, violated them time and time again. He didn't serve, he didn't protect, he abused. He took his power, he took his badge, and he used that to violate the law. He used that to murder. He is a cop-turned killer.
Do you personally, Miles Bryant, want to testify or not?
No, ma'am.
The defendant has freely and voluntarily decided not to testify with a complete understanding of his rights. Has the jury reached a verdict? Okay, if you'll hand it to my bailiff. State of Georgia versus Miles Bryant. Indictment number 24B-00156-4. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, found the defendant guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty. Count 3, kidnapping. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty. Count 4, criminal attempt to commit. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty. Count 5, false report of a crime. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
All he ever wanted was justice for what happened to her. I mean, nothing will ever bring her back to this day. I still hope that I'll see her again.
I just hope that after today, you and your family can find some peace. That is what I wish for you. Hopefully, you will receive some peace now.
Were the earlier stalking allegations against Miles Bryant overlooked because of his role as an officer? Was Susanna's abduction and murder a deliberate act or a crime of opportunity? What did you think of our video? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.